YouGov is out with a new poll on the issue of revolution. Really random poll here. Or even you could call it a coup of the American government and who supports it and why. The findings are ridiculous. I don't know of any other way to say it. So when you ask Democrats, what percentage of Democrats said they could conceive of a situation in which they would support a military coup of the government, they say 20%. 20%. That's a lot. That's a lot. Now, the way they frame it, I mean, I guess you could say it's a little up in the air, but in all seriousness, my gut reaction to the way they frame the question is still no. Like, would you conceive of a military takeover of the government? No, no, because once you go down that road, like, anything can happen. Like, that could keep happening, and next thing you know, you have a military dictatorship that never goes away. You know, look at Egypt, for example. So it was Mubarak, who was a dictator. He was overthrown. They kind of voted for Mohammed Morsi, the Muslim Brotherhood guy. Then he was overthrown as well. And then you have Sisi, who was the head of the military. Now he's like, mine, my country. Now I'm the president / kind of a little bit of a dictator also. But see what happens? What happens is once you go down that road and it's that mindset, it could just be endless coups and revolutions and zero stability. So even when I disagree with and I hate somebody in power, like, for example, the Bush administration, who I despise with every fiber of my being, if they violate laws, which they did, well, I think they should be tried in the International Criminal Court, and we should go through legal proceedings and intelligent proceedings in order to move forward, and you keep the system in place, but you change the system from within. You don't take guns and knock on the White House door. I think that's crazy. I would hope that we're past that, but apparently, even among Democrats, 20% are like, yeah, let's military overthrow. The fuck? Now we go to independents. A little bit worse, 29%. 3 out of 10 independents are like, yeah, military takeover, maybe. You ready for the Republican number? Oh, no. Oh, no. 43% of the Republican Party is like, yeah, military takeover. I could conceive of that. I do it right now. Obama's in office. 43%. That's lunacy. This poll reminds me of a poll we covered not that long ago, which showed that 49% of the Republican Party in 2012 was convinced that President Obama used Acorn to get elected. The second time. Now, what's the only problem with that theory? Acorn didn't exist for years already at that point. But when you ask them, the Republicans are like, we think it does exist, and we think they stole the election for Obama. So that poll was 49%. This one's 43% that says military takeover. Yes. Guys, about half of the Republican Party, they're fucking just gone. Gone. Intellectually, mentally, off the planet. They're on Neptune. They got their thumbs up their asses. What is wrong with you guys? The thing is, they have silly opinions, but also they're just ignorant of historical facts. And I mean, we really shouldn't be too surprised by this, even though I clearly am, because anywhere from 25% of the country to 40% of the country are evangelical Christians, and there are some polls that indicate that about 30 to 40% of the American people think Jesus is going to come back in their lifetimes. It's absurd enough to be sure that he is going to come back, but when you go as far as say he's coming back in my lifetime, this is insane. This is insane. This is insane. And then the final twist of irony is what? Who was it that was screaming about Jade Helm? And they're convinced that, you know, there's going to be a takeover? You're calling for a takeover! These are the people who go, I can't believe there's going to be a takeover. I don't like no goddamn takeover. And then when a pollster asks them, do you want to do a takeover? Yes, I do. Classic right-wing projection. Whatever they accuse liberals of doing, whatever they accuse others of doing, that's really what's going on in their mind. I'm so scared of a takeover that I myself would be okay with a government takeover as long as I'm doing it. Fucking hypocrites.